Welcome everyone to today's Explainer. Right out of the gate, I want you to imagine a really fascinating translation problem. Think about how we talk. How do we take messy, everyday human reasoning and translate it into strict, solvable mathematical rules that a computer can actually process? Well, today we're figuring out exactly how to bridge that gap and teach machines how to think logically.
Here's a quick look at our roadmap. We'll cover teaching computers to reason, the exists logic problem, what is Skolemization, constants versus functions, and finally, putting logic into action. So it all begins with one really fundamental question. How do we actually prove to a computer that an argument is valid? You see, when humans talk, we use complicated sentences glued together by words like and or if then. But a computer, it literally has no concept of English statements. It only understands symbolic representations and their associated truth values.
Section 1. Teaching computers to reason. The need for a formal language.
Enter our formal language of choice, first-order predicate logic, or FOPL for short. Now, what's great about FOPL is that it doesn't just look at a sentence as one big indivisible block. Instead, it digs deeper. It acts almost like a strict grammar teacher, treating basic undivided sentences, which we call atomic statements, as totally divisible into subjects and predicates. This grammar teacher approach is absolutely crucial because it allows the computer to understand the deeper underlying structure of our arguments so it can establish if they're actually valid.
Section 2. The exists logic problem. The bug in our translation system.
Let's say we're trying to tell a computer about numbers where x is greater than y. Imagine trying to find one single fixed block x that is heavy enough to outweigh an infinitely growing pile of blocks y on a seesaw. Mathematically, that's false, right? There is no single highest number. But if we just flip the logic around, it's like saying for every individual block y, we can easily find a slightly larger block x to put right next to it. And that statement is true. The issue is, when boundaries aren't perfectly clear, computers kind of panic. They get extremely confused when they encounter variables that just supposedly exist without any strict parameters.
Section 3. What is Skolemization? The brilliant mathematical fix.
So, Skolemization is a mathematical process that completely eliminates those tricky existential quantifiers, those confusing exists variables. It essentially forces us to give a concrete name or a specific mathematical rule to an unknown. By doing this, we are removing all ambiguity from the equation, meaning the computer can finally process the logic flawlessly.
To get our logic ready for a computer to actually solve, we follow a simple 3-step recipe to reach what we call standard form. Step 1, we convert the formula to Prinix normal form. That just means dragging all of our FOL and exists variables all the way to the very front of the equation just to get them out of the way. Step 2, we convert the rest of it into conjunctive normal form, basically formatting it as a clean, structured series of and statements. And then step 3, the magic touch, we skolemize to replace the unknowns.
Section 4. Constants versus functions. Naming the unknown.
The rules for this are actually surprisingly simple. If an existential variable stands totally alone and is completely independent, we replace it with a fixed Skolem constant. Think of it like dropping a solid, unchanging anchor, like the letter C or D. On the other hand, if our unknown variable depends on other universal variables, it acts a bit more like a system of turning gears. In that case, we replace it with a Skolem function. So just remember, independent means you use an anchor constant, dependent means you use a gear-like function.
Section 5. Putting logic into action. The ramen is mortal deduction.
Okay, let's use a classic logical deduction problem from our source material to really see these translation tools at work. Our premises are 1. Every man is mortal, and 2. Ramen is a man. The conclusion we want the computer to logically prove is that ramen is mortal. Now, to any 10th grader, this is incredibly obvious. But remember, the computer needs this fed to it in strict symbolic logic. So we are going to translate it step by step. First, our original rule written out in FOPL is, for all x, if x is a man, it implies x is mortal. Next, we apply our 3 steps to reach the Skolemized standard form, which reformats this into not man x or mortal x. Finally, we use Skolemization to drop in a specific ground term. And a ground term just means we've swapped out all those abstract variables for concrete names. So we replace the variable x with our constant name, Raman. We end up with not man Raman or mortal Raman. And because there are literally no more unknowns, the computer can mathematically prove this without a shred of ambiguity.
Which brings us to the real takeaway here.
Just look at what we accomplished. We took a messy human concept, stripped out all the ambiguity, and turned it into a perfect, solvable mathematical rule. If a computer can perfectly deduce that ramen is mortal using the mechanics of skolemization, I want you to ask yourself, how might this very same type of symbolic logic, this exact formal language, be quietly powering the complex artificial intelligence, the algorithms, and the automated reasoning that you use every single day? It truly is the hidden structural foundation of the digital world. Thanks for tuning into this explainer with me today.